Hello and welcome to another lesson from Level Up Mathematics. In today's lesson, we will be adding and subtracting decimals. So in example 1, it says find each sum. So let's just review our integer rules here. If the signs are the same, we add and take the sign of the original. If the signs are different, we subtract and take the sign of the larger. So in problem A, we have negative 1.8 plus negative 1.6. Because the signs are the same, we will add these two numbers, 1.8 and 1.6. So 8 plus 6 is 14, carry the 1, that would be 3. Then we decide if our answer is positive or negative. Because both numbers were negative, we know our answer is also negative. So negative 1.8 plus negative 1.6 is negative 3.4. Now, in problem B, we have different signs. We have a negative 2.5 and a positive 10.7. So when we have different signs, we subtract. So 10.7 minus 2.5. So that would be 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. And then we decide, is my answer positive or negative? So you look at the larger number and it's positive. Therefore, your answer is positive. All right, problem C, negative 3.77 plus 12. Again, our signs are different, so we're going to subtract. So we're going to take 12 and subtract 3.77. Now, remember, sometimes when you're adding and subtracting with decimals, you have to add in zeros as placeholders. So this is 12 minus 3.77. Now, when I'm subtracting across zeros like this, I like to think of money. So instead of 12.00, I'm going to think of this as $12 minus $3.77. Now, when you're subtracting across zeros, there's a lot of places you can make mistakes with borrowing. So I like to do this little trick where I take away 1 penny from each number. Now, here's what that means. $12 take away 1 penny becomes $11.99. $3.77 take away 1 penny becomes $3.76. Now let's subtract that. 9 minus 6 is 3. 9 minus 7 is 2. 11 minus 3 is 8. Then we decide, is my answer positive or negative? So I look at my original problem. The larger number is positive, so my answer is positive. All right, problem D, negative 15 plus 3.57. The signs are different, so I'm going to subtract. So 15 minus 3.57. Again, we're going to have to add some zeros as placeholders. And again, subtracting across zeros gives you a lot of opportunity to make mistakes when you're borrowing. So I like to take away a penny from each one of these numbers. So $15 becomes $14.99. $3.57 becomes $3.56. Now I can subtract. 9 minus 6 is 3. 9 minus 5 is 4. 14 minus 3 is 11. Now, all we have to do is decide, will our answer be positive or negative? So I look for the larger number, and it's negative, so my answer is also negative. All right, example 2, find each difference. Now, when we're subtracting, we're going to rewrite all subtraction problems as addition of the opposite. And I'm just abbreviating that. Rewrite each subtraction problem as addition of the opposite. So negative 8.6 minus negative 20 could be rewritten as negative 8.6 plus positive 20. All right. Then you solve it from there. So our signs are different, so we're going to subtract. I need to add a placeholder here. Now, on this problem, I can think of this, if I want to subtract not a penny, but a tenth. So 0.10 minus, we're taking away basically a dime. So 20.0 becomes 19.9. 8.6 becomes 8.5. If you do this, you won't have to borrow. So 9 minus 5 is 4. 19 minus 8 is 11. Now we'll decide, should the answer be positive or negative? Well, looking back, the original problem, the 20 is the larger and it's positive, so I know my answer is positive. All right, problem B, 1.07 minus negative 0.63. So first thing I want to do is rewrite it as addition of the opposite. So keep the first number the same, change the minus to a plus, and then the opposite of negative 0.63 would be positive 0.63. All right, now in these two numbers, they have the same signs, so we're going to add them up. So 7 plus 3 is 10, carry the 1, 1 plus 6 is 7. Now, the original problem, both numbers were positive, so my answer must be positive. Problem C, 2.5 minus 6.8. So rewrite this as addition of the opposite. Once you have it as addition of the opposite, now that means you're going to subtract the numbers. So 8 minus 5 is 3, 6 minus 2 is 4. Then you have to decide, is the answer positive or negative? So I look back, my larger number was negative, so I'm going to go with a negative. All right, negative 15.72 minus 9.25. First thing I want to do is rewrite as addition of the opposite. So keep the first number the same, then change the minus to plus, and then the opposite of 9.25 is negative 9.25. Now notice that we have a negative plus a negative, so that means add them up and keep the sign of the original. 2 plus 5 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 15 plus 9 is 24. Because both the numbers in the original problem were negative, our answer must also be negative. So negative 24.97. All right, example 3. Anna purchased 2 slices of pepperoni pizza for $3.25 each and 1 can of soda for $1.75. The sales tax on her purchase was 82 cents. If she paid with a $20 bill, how much change did we receive? So what we want to do is find out first the total amount she spent. And to find her total, we're going to add up everything she bought. Okay, she bought one slice of pizza for $3.25, another slice of pizza for $3.25, a soda for $1.75, and then they added 82 cents in tax. So let's see what the total of her purchase was. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15, 16, 17. Carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, 4, 5. 5 and 7 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. Carry the 2. 3 plus 2 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So Anna spent a total of $9.07. So now we're going to take the $20 bill and subtract $9.07. Let me add my 2 zeros as a placeholder. But here I'm going to be subtracting across a lot of zeros. So I'm going to take away a penny from each one of these. So $20 becomes $19.99 and $9.07 becomes $9.06. So 9 minus 6 is 3, 9 minus 0 is 9, 19 minus 9 is 10. So Anna will receive $10.93 in change. Example 4. Skylar has $537.25 in his bank account. On Friday, he will deposit his paycheck for $323.12. Then he will pay his monthly bills, which amount to $472.96. What will Skylar's bank balance be after he gets his paycheck and pays his bills? All right, so let's take what he already has, $537.25. Then we're going to add on his paycheck, $323.12. So that would be 7, 3, 10, 6, and 8. So after his paycheck, he has $860.37. But he's unfortunately has to pay his bills. So $860.37 minus 472.96. All right, so 7 minus 6 is 1. Now 3 minus 9, we're going to have to borrow. So that would become a 9, and that would become a 5. So 13 minus 9 is 4. Here we have 9 minus 2 is 7. We'll have to borrow because we can't do 5 minus 7, so I'll borrow from the 8. So 15 minus 7 is 8. 7 minus 4 is 3. So he's going to have $387.41 left in his bank account. And that concludes today's lesson, adding and subtracting decimals.